ready to go.
Ready to go. Okay. So, I'm about to teach our opening hymn to you. The words will be on the screen, but the melody will not be. So here's how it goes.
But you should have it in the order of service.
The words are in the order of service, but you're going to need a melody. So here's how it goes.
It's not, though, is it? Oh, we were going to have it in the order of service. Uh-oh. Okay.
It's easy to learn by ear.
Huh?
It's easy to learn.
It is easy. It's an easy little melody.
Very easy. So here's how it goes. Even in deep winter, the sun will rise. Sun will rise. Sun will rise. Even in deep winter, the sun will rise. Even on the darkest days, try it with me. Even in deep winter, the sun will rise. Sun will rise. Sun will rise. Even in deep winter, the sun will rise. Even on the darkest day.
Woohoo! All right. We'll start it from the beginning. I invite you to rise in body or spirit and sing with us. All through love. Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Danbury. My name's Reverend Tony Lorenzo. My pronouns are he, him. I ask you to please silence your phones this morning if you haven't done so. And as we settle in, we respectfully acknowledge we are on the traditional lands of the Paugussett people. And that as a people of faith, we are still learning about how we might live differently knowing this. Quick announcement. The Common Council will meet downstairs at 11:30 this morning. The choir will meet at 11:30 here this morning. And please check your order of service for information about next Sunday's program, next Sunday's music at the Ridge concert, and all the other things going on here at the UU Congregation of Danbury. Whether you arrived this morning on top of the world or down in the dumps or somewhere in between, it is good that you are here, and we welcome everybody who's joining us online as well. I'm going to take a moment to wave to those who are online and to greet your friends across the room and say a quick hello. Let's sing that a couple more times.
Sun will rise. Sun will rise. Sun will rise. Even in deep winter, the sun will rise. Even on the darkest days. Again. Even in deep winter, the world will turn.
Let's say together our children's affirmation. The words will be on the screen. We are Unitarian Universalists. We are people with open minds, loving hearts, and helping hands. We care for the earth and each other.
Rise up, O flame, by thy light glow. Show to us beauty, vision, and joy. Rise up, O flame, by thy light glowing. Show to us beauty, vision, and joy.
We make this time and place holy simply by being together here with each other. And as Unitarian Universalists, we begin by lighting the symbol of our faith tradition, which is the flaming chalice. So as our chalice lighter comes up to light our chalice with us, I'm going to ask you all to join me in the words for the chalice lighting, which are on your screen and your order of service. Love is the spirit of this congregation, and justice is its light. This is our covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek and speak the truth in love, to help one another and celebrate life.
Rise up, O flame, by thy light glowing. Show to us beauty, vision, and joy. Rise up, O flame, by thy light glowing. Show to us beauty, vision, and joy.
So, for the past few months, some of us have been bringing our friend Jet Pig to our multi-generational services to share how Jet Pig got their code name. I'm going to invite Marge to come up to help us with Jet Pig, and I'm going to invite Edie to come up to help us with Jet Pig's name card. All right, you can just stand right here. A couple months ago, we learned that J stood for Justice. Yes. Jet Pig brought this flame as a symbol for justice. We deeply yearn for a better, more just world, like a flame burning in our hearts. This is the world we try to build together. And last month, we learned that E stands for equity. Equity is another way of talking about fairness. That means everybody gets what they need. Yes. Jet Pig brought in a little red gift box to remind us the way that each of us has gifts we can offer one another, and each of us has needs. Okay, so this month we're on the letter T. Let's check in Jet Pig's backpack to see what symbol we have as a clue for our word. What do we have there? It's a butterfly. T stands for, I bet you can guess, transformation or change, just like a caterpillar becomes a butterfly. We learn and grow our whole lives. Sometimes we do this as individual people, and sometimes we do this as a community. That's how we got Jet Pig and all these values. Unitarian Universalists all around the country realized we had had the same covenant or set of promises for many years, and we might need to update it because we'd learned so many things in those years. Okay, so Edie and Marge, you can leave our symbol and Jet Pig's name card there. Yes, perfect. And I want to invite everyone in the room now to spread out a little so that you have space around you for wings. So move out if you need into the aisles or the open space. You're going to need space for wings.
Wings. Wings. Wings. Wings. Plenty of room up on stage if you need wingspan
Come on
space.
over, come on over. Plenty of room here, plenty of room here, plenty of room out there, back there. Okay. I'm going to lead us through a body meditation on the life cycle of a butterfly. We're going to go through it 4 times so that we can get comfortable with the movement, and then we can settle into it, and then eventually we can bring our spiritual imaginations into this space. So I want to emphasize first, actually, that, as I always say, everything is invitational. I'll provide some suggestions, but you do what feels comfortable to you and participate in the way that you feel moved to participate. Take whatever's good and meaningful for you at this moment and then leave the rest. We're just going to activate our senses and our imaginations to help us reflect on transformation. We'll begin with the egg that secures the caterpillar against a leaf. It holds the caterpillar, so we'll let our bodies feel held for a moment. As we emerge from the egg, we'll stretch out in all directions, free to explore and learn from the world around us. And of course, caterpillars are very hungry, so we'll take in all of the nourishment we need to grow. But caterpillars don't keep what they don't need. And as they're growing, they shed their skins a couple of times to make room for growth. So we'll let go of anything we don't need. Eventually, the caterpillar goes back to being held as the caterpillar makes and enters into the cocoon where it will settle in for transformation. So we'll settle in again as we await transformation. And some of you might remember that a couple of years ago, I told you that a caterpillar just doesn't grow wings on its caterpillar body. It actually turns into a kind of goo. So I bet we could be gooey. The caterpillar becomes like goo, and I definitely can feel like goo when I'm in a transition, not knowing what comes next. But even as the caterpillar is goo, there are these cells that are inside the caterpillar all along, called imaginal cells. And they carry the imagination of the butterfly, of the thing that's next. And so they start forming the butterfly from this goo, until the butterfly is fully formed and ready to stretch out again into something new with wings. Okay, a second time now, secured in the egg against the leaf. Here we are, held. Emerging from the egg, we stretch and explore. And we take lots of nourishment for our growth. We shed what we don't need, letting it go. And then we settle back into being held, this time in a cocoon as we await transformation. We don't get to stay like we are, just with some additions. Instead, we let go and we let go so that we can become something new. But there's something inside of us that's been there all along that can imagine something new for us until we emerge and stretch into the world in new forms with wings. Again, we are held. We are free to explore and learn and grow. We let go of what we no longer need. And we settle in for transformation. The way forward may be unclear, but our imaginations will bring us to what is next, so we can live in new ways with new possibilities. Third time. Held. Exploring. Growing. Letting go. Awaiting transformation. Trusting. Imagining. Becoming. With wings. And a fourth time with no words. Anyone have a seat?
There is a love holding me. There is a love holding all that I love. There is a love holding all I rest. His love. There is a love holding us. There is a love holding all that we love. There is a love holding all we rest. This love.
I invite you to rest in this holy love, here cocooned in a little silence and stillness.
I'll breathe in peace when I breathe out. I'll breathe out love When I breathe in, I'll breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I'll breathe out love.
In recognition of all that we've received, all that we give to each other, all that happens here in this community for our benefit and for the benefit of our neighbors in the world, we make a time every Sunday to offer generously what we can to financially support the congregation. As we do that this morning, keep in mind that the work we're doing is going to have more and more power in the world around us as we work for good, and that everything we share when we give, we're sharing with all the rest of us and the world around us. Also, this morning, we will be collecting food for Dorothy Day. So as the basket comes around, I invite you to put the food for Dorothy Day in there.
A big thanks to Marge for being one of our co-leaders today in the service. Our world requires some different things now than we had hoped it would require at this point in history. Not every transformation feels beautiful like becoming a butterfly. In the coming weeks, months, and years, we may need to do even braver things. So this morning, we're going to prepare an object that you can use in a ritual sometime at home or with friends when more has been required of us than what we expected. Now, I miscalculated the number we would need this morning and prepared the wrong number. So I am a little bit short. But if you need one and you don't have one, hold one up if you have a card sitting next to you or whatever. And then I will share. I have more supplies. I just didn't prepare the right number. So I will share with anybody who would like one next week. I'm going to give you some instructions. Okay, so if you need one, grab one from one of the people holding them up. It looks like actually there may be enough. I thought somebody fell for a second, Nancy. Okay, anybody else? There's still more. Okay. All right. Well, maybe we had enough in any case. Okay, so you have a long strip of paper with a butterfly on it. The butterfly charm is a little gift for you when you need it. What we'll do now is make another little gift for ourselves to go with the butterfly charm, and then we'll roll it up in the paper so that it's ready for us when we must call on our courage. At the end of the strip of paper near the butterfly, please draw or write a message for your future self, for a time when your future self will need to do new things, be brave in new ways. I'm going to pause and I'm going to give you time to think about what you want to draw or write and then to start doing it. I'm going to do that now. Okay, so once you have a drawing or a message for your future self, for when you need it, what you can do if you want is to begin rolling the message, starting on the butterfly side, making a sort of cocoon for your butterfly to come out of when it's time. I know it's going to end up looking like a scroll, not a cocoon, but that's okay. We can use our imaginations. And you'll use the thread on the other end to tie it. Keep the message with the butterfly on the inside. Yes. So if you'd like just some ideas to get you started about thinking about doing a little at-home ritual for yourself at a time when you are being called on to do courageous and brave things, I will have Zella pass out these little cards to those who would like them during the hymn that will follow the extinguishing of the chalice.
I invite you to join with me in the words for extinguishing our chalice. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. I invite you to rise and body your spirit and sing our closing hymn. Wake now, my senses.
Wake now, my senses, and hear the earth call. Feel the deep power of being in all. Keep with the web of creation your vow. Giving, receiving, as love shows us how. Wake now, my senses.
If you're new to us and want to learn more about us, or if you'd just like to chat at the conversation corner after the service, I'd love to meet you and or talk about what went on here this morning and or talk about how we might begin to organize ourselves to live out our values in response to what we're seeing. Our service is over. The time for transforming ourselves now ends, and we go to transform the world around us, to make it a better place, a place where love does indeed win. Go in peace.